Kevin Plank, the CEO of Under Armour, had a simple philosophy when building one of the premier brands in all of sports: be humble and be hungry. In this video, we'll hear athletes and coaches share why humility is such a critical part to their success.
You can't let success or even failure go to your head. You got to ride that even keel, stay off that roller coaster, and try to be as consistent as possible.
Yeah, I'm never really satisfied with what I'm doing, whether it's great or whether it's terrible. So I always wanted to be a step faster, a little bit stronger. And coming out of chemo, my body was already weakened. So that process of coming back, I think I pushed it a little too hard to start. So I need to mentally take a step back, because I was taking steps forward physically, but I wasn't where I thought I was going to be at the time. So you have to condition your mind. It's something that I don't think just happened. I think over my entire life, my childhood, I always wanted to be the best. I rarely was the best. And that was something that is kind of a mindset that you have to have. A lot of people, when they aren't the fastest, aren't the biggest, aren't the strongest, they give up. They say, oh, well, I'm not the biggest, I'm not the fastest, I'm not the strongest. Well, I wanted to be the biggest, fastest, and strongest, even though I wasn't. And that's the drive that I had. Plenty of people said, oh, you're doing great for just coming off cancer. I don't want to do great for being a cancer survivor. I want to do great for me. A lot of people talk about that point in my life as saying, that was the best football. That was, the peak of your career. Well, that's not how I thought about it then. I thought I was lucky to get ACC Defensive Player of the Year. I thought, all the accolades I was getting was cool, but I didn't know if I actually deserved them yet. And I had more that I wanted to get. I wanted to get an ACC championship. That whole offseason was a time where I was trying to get better, to get our team better, to get myself better. And then, if you feel like you've reached your top of your game, some athletes have, and I didn't feel like I was there yet. But to be halted when you're not at the top of your game yet, I think that's even harder than where you say, oh, well, that was my best, so, whatever, I'm done now.
There's a lot of great players in college football, and to be chosen by the select people that voted on the Heisman Trophy was a great honor for me. But in a team sport, it takes more than just the one person to have success. It takes an entire football team, your offensive linemen, your skill positions, your defense, the head coach, quarterback coach. It takes everybody in order for one individual to have success. But that individual also has to make sure that he's prepared himself for the task at hand.
These athletes and coaches display humility by how they manage their successes and also the way they overcome their failures. We're never so successful that we can forget the importance of both humility and hunger.